me.
There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. How much harm can one man do to a country, right? That's kind of the question here. That's kind of the question here, huh? How much harm can one man do to a country? Make sure I got it all helped. I wasn't going to do the Closet of Truth today. But it seems the Closet of Truth is warranted. It's warranted because we got to talk about the harm Rudy Giuliani has done to the United States of America. Hold on one second. We must talk about the harm of Rudy Giuliani real quick. It's Saturday, I know. No, oh, cut it out, user. I'm not the problem. That's where you went wrong first. Clockwise greeting. That's where you went wrong first. Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Closet of Truth. You know me, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't going to go live. I take the weekends off. I reserve this time for healing. But there's a matter of utmost importance in the kingdom that I need to address, and it involves this local joker, Rudy Giuliani. Yes, Triple H, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do not know what it stands for, I see we got somebody out there that's struggling to recall the facts. They call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen, because I am the most honest person out here on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. The second H, good morning, TJ. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, we're in the store and I cut you in line because I didn't see you standing there. I was about to buy those eggs. I will be the first one to apologize to you. I didn't know you were there. Sorry. Why don't you go? As a matter of fact, let me get that for you. That's how humble I am. The last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because, hands down, second to none, I am the most handsome. Thank you. Now, okay, let me get it out the way. I didn't want to do this, but listen, if you are a Trump supporter, or one of these folks on the right that are still struggling to accept facts, real facts, and you get offended very easily, now is your chance to leave this live. And you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here,
that's right,
then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Thank you to my subscribers.
In the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Hold on one second. Oh, I need my hammer. This is the hammer time. This is truth. They don't like me because I tell the truth. Well, I'd rather tell the truth and be realer to you than to be out here and believing these lies and misinformation. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the special edition of the Closet of Truth. Thank you. I love you too. And let's give all of you a round of applause. There's no Biden crime family. That's why I'm doing this special edition Closet of Truth live. So I was just minding my business. Good morning, Toy. I was just minding my business in the kingdom, and this news article flashed across my desk. And I said, you know what? I got to go address it. First of all, the news article came out and it says, Rudy Giuliani says that the key Biden informant is dead. I'm not lying. Would you rather me lie? Order. And I said, wow. We started off with this whole thing about we got the evidence on President Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden in Burisma, and Rudy Giuliani. He was supposed to be the one that helped put this all together so that we could finally put this matter to bed. Where are the witnesses that Jim Jordan and James Comer, who I like to call Pinky in the Brain, where are those witnesses at? We can't see them. Where's Hunter's laptop? Nowhere to be found. The FD 1023. James Comer said he was going to subpoena the director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, and have him bring that form to Congress, only to later back down. And supposedly they went to go see this form. And this form, ladies and gentlemen, was supposedly the damning evidence, the smoking gun. You know how they say we got receipts? This paper, this FD 1023 form, was supposed to seal President Biden's fate. We were supposed to have the dirt on President Biden. How did he get that $5 million? Thank you, D. West. But we came up short on the form. They're not even supposed to be talking about the form, but they're going around and they're talking about it, but they still haven't explained all of this so-called dirt on President Biden. So then I'm thinking they gotta stop right there, right? Can you give it up? The form, you looked at it, there's no dirt. Can you stop? You don't have the laptop. Can you stop? Please, Trump supporters, stop. Do they stop? No. Rudy Giuliani takes it one step further. I just read to you what the article said. Now let's hit play on what he says. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this nonsense. This is yesterday.
On a day in which we find out that the Bidens took a $10 million bribe from a Ukrainian, Mykola Zlochevsky, which I could have told you, and did tell them 3 years ago. And they followed up on none of the evidence I gave them. They were hoping the people would disappear or die. It's extraordinary. I gave them one witness that any investigator would jump through hoops to go to. Gave them a witness who is a woman who is the chief accountant at this crooked company, Burisma. She was the wife of the former owner who died under suspicious circumstances. And she was willing to give up all of the offshore bank accounts, including the Bidens.
I want to make sure I address this lie that's circulating out here. You know, they got all these lies. Lies like Michelle Obama is a man. I've already done that. We already had the conversation about Ashley Babbitt. You know, Rudy Giuliani, ladies and gentlemen, has been behind so many of these conspiracies that I would like to go on record and say he's probably one of the most dangerous people in the United States because of the things that he does. It is his words. If you go back in time, he was the one helping peddle the lie, the big lie. You know, that Biden stole the 2020 election. Who do you think started that lie? I'll give you a clue. Him. He's lying to all of you, and you fall for it. Okay? So, you saw how the insurrection played out. A lot of you are in jail. He's not. He may be on his way when Jack Smith gets done. So, I want you to understand why I'm making it a point to call Rudy Giuliani out. Okay? So, he lied to you about the 2020 election. You know what he said to you? What did he say?
So, let's have trial by combat.
Remember that? You remember that? That wasn't the Democrats telling you that. That wasn't BLM or Antifa. That was this guy, Rudy Giuliani. And in case you aren't aware, he's also the subject of another investigation, a bribery scheme. He was actually telling people for $2 million he could get Donald J. Trump to pardon you. You remember that? Okay, you got this woman up there accusing him of SA because he told her that she was his employee, but he never paid her. He just took advantage of her. Okay, this is the guy. Yeah, this guy that was in Borat laying horizontal trying to get some nookie in a hotel room. This guy. So, now this same individual, you thought you had dirt on Hunter Biden, but all of the sources are saying all of the stuff you're believing about Biden and then corruption in Ukraine, it starts with this guy. Trump supporters, cut it out. I will not tolerate any of these lies in this kingdom. All lies and misinformation will not be tolerated. The FD 1023 form that the folks on the right went to the FBI to look at, this guy wrote it. He's the one that put all of that stuff in there. And that's why the investigation didn't go anywhere. Are you listening to Zeus? Are you listening to me? Good morning, April. Are you listening to me? Why do I have to break this down for you to understand? Okay, if you do have any credible evidence on President Biden, by all means, please share it with us. We would love to hear it, right? Any of my friends out here, would we love to see real evidence of corruption? So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the story. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new wrinkle in the Republicans' totally legitimate investigation into Joe Biden. One of their informants is apparently unalived, according to Rudy Giuliani. Republicans have spent all week accusing the president of accepting a massive bribe from Ukraine, conveniently at the same time that Donald Trump was arrested for allegedly stealing and hiding classified documents. Can any of you explain what Jim Jordan or James... Hello, Yazzie, nice to see you. Can any of you explain what Jim Jordan or James Comer or Kevin McCarthy has to say about Donald Trump and those classified documents? And don't bring up the Presidential Record Act. No. It's not about that. It's about the government. We the people. Those documents belong to us, not Donald Trump. The government told Trump, give us the documents back. And what did Donald J. Trump do? He decided to play games with the government. He decided to lie to the government, lie to his attorneys, try to steal those classified documents, some of which are missing, some of which contain secrets that the United States would not allow to be disclosed. But he has them and now they're missing. Yeah. But while the nation is falling apart, because of this guy, all you want to do is believe this guy, Rudy Giuliani, and his lies that he somehow has dirt on President Biden. Where is the dirt? The GOP learned about these supposed recordings, thank you, Christina, as part of the House Oversight Committee's month-long investigation into the Biden family, which has yet to produce any actual evidence linking the president to any wrongdoing. Hello, Bamba. Nice to see you. Let me say that again. Thank you, Andy. Let me say that again. And Trump supporters, you should really be subscribing to my channel, Trump supporters, because this level of truth that I'm giving you, you're not going to get it anywhere else. You owe Zeus. Let me repeat it again. And I better see a Trump supporter giving me that good old-fashioned subscribe because they know I'm telling the truth. And I'm Triple H. You know what that means. The GOP, ladies and gentlemen, learned about these supposed recordings as part of the House Oversight Committee's month-long investigation into the Biden family, which has yet to produce any evidence linking the president to any wrongdoing. Good morning, Mexican guru. Hear ye. Let me go ahead and declare it in this kingdom. Hear ye. Hear ye. I hereby declare President Biden innocent of all crimes being accused of him in this kingdom. No more talking about it. They don't like me because I tell the truth. They say, Zeus, you're disingenuous. Triple H, you're a liar. You're king of misinformation. I beg to differ. Like I said, no signs. This is what it says. The Republicans have yet to produce any actual evidence linking Biden to any crimes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure you all understand that these lies you're believing, he's the one starting them. Isn't that right, Yazzie? Rudy Giuliani is lying to you. He's pulling your leg. He's the reason. Thank you all for the gifts and the subscriptions. I appreciate it. He is the one that's gaslighting you. Okay? Let's go a little further, okay? And I know you all are very busy. Thank you. Oh, Rudy Giuliani is a liar. Good. Oh, Nita. I'm so glad you're here, Nita. This message is delivered especially for you. I was just telling all of our friends, Nita, I was telling our friends, mainly the people that believe what you believe, that Rudy Giuliani, he's just been caught in another lie. Yeah, I know. Right. He was lying to you about Biden and those crimes. It turns out his star witness, he said his star witness is no longer alive. And that if that woman would have been alive, you all would have been able to have that dirt. Okay. So, and by the way, he's the same one that lied to you about the 2020 election. That big lie about it being stolen. It's this guy. And he's also the same one that filled out that FD 1023 form that the Republicans went to go look at last week. Yeah, it's all these lies, ladies and gentlemen. All these lies, they come from the father of lies. Usually they say the father of lies is the devil. But in this case, the father of lies is this guy, Rudy Giuliani. And I'll play it for you. I got to have the receipts. If you just got here, don't worry, I'll play it again. This is him on tape admitting that the star witness is no longer alive.
On a day in which we find out that the Bidens took a $10 million bribe from a Ukrainian, Mykola Zlochevsky, which I could have told you, and did tell them 3 years ago.
Right.
And they followed up on none of the evidence I gave them. They were hoping the people would disappear or die. It's extraordinary. I gave them one witness that any investigator would jump through hoops to go to. Gave them a witness who is a woman who was the chief accountant at this crooked company, Burisma. She was the wife of the former owner who died under suspicious circumstances, and she was willing to give up all of the offshore bank accounts, including the Bidens.
Now, you can say I'm the king of disinformation. I've heard all of that. The fact still remains. Yes, Nita, you are my favorite Trumper. You're the most respectful Trumper I've ever dealt with. A lot of them, they get in here. They throw arrows at me. They accuse me of name. You're very nice about it. But the person that said this was disinformation, this is straight from the horse's mouth. No pun intended. He just said the witness is no longer alive. So where do you go from here, Trump supporters? Now that the star witness that Rudy Giuliani lied to you is no longer alive, how do you go on and try to piece together the crimes of President Biden? You've already looked at the form. Oh, you wonder why? Okay, people are asking me, why is she no longer alive? I'll explain to you why. Because she never existed to begin with. It was all a ruse. If you go look at Donald Trump, this was all engineered so he could get more money out of you. That's it. There's some of us out here that believe in the old-fashioned way of making it money, doing it the honest way, making an honest living, right? Some of us like Zeus. I like to pride myself. I pat myself on the back. I get it out the mud honestly, okay? No tricks to it, okay? The social media thing, that's just something I do on the side. But I've made it very clear from the very beginning. I was 10 toes down solid before I got on TikTok. This is just the extra. This is just the cherry on top. Okay? This is just the cherry on top. I don't gotta lie to you in order to make a living. Now, some people don't operate by that creed, obviously, right? This is where the grifting, this is why you hear people saying it's a grift. Because we're watching this. We're going, fine. If there's any crimes that President Biden has committed, just like Donald Trump, if there are any crimes, please hold them accountable. Because if not, we all might as well go back to the old days when we were living under kings and queens, right? And I don't think that's the way this country was founded. This country was founded because we didn't want to be under that kind of rulership. Which means we have to prosecute our leaders when they break the law. Otherwise, we'll be in a dictatorship. We'll be in a monarch of some sort. So, this is the decision. If you live in the United States, everybody here has to follow the law. Now, do I believe there's tiers of justice out here? Do I believe in all this? Of course, there is that. There is that. But for goodness sake, if we can't get accountability at the highest level in this world, in this country, don't go out here and start trying to put anybody else in jail. If Donald Trump can get away with it, everybody should get away with it, right? And I don't think you want to see that, do you? What? Would you rather me lie? Cut it out. We can't prosecute Biden yet because there's no evidence of crimes. Didn't you hear what I said? Rudy Giuliani does not have anybody. He doesn't have any facts, ladies and gentlemen. All right, House members last week were allowed to see a redacted version of an FD 1023 form. This form, ladies and gentlemen, came from this guy, okay? A form the FBI uses to note unverified information from confidential sources. Several Republican lawmakers say that not only does the FBI form say they saw last week mention this bribe, but that a Burisma executive has audio recordings of Biden and Hunter Biden accepting money, right? So they went and looked at the form that Rudy Giuliani wrote. They went and looked at it, and they came back and they pushed more lies onto you. Just to get you, need a happy birthday, just to get you to believe there was some dirt. Okay? Now, both Anna Paulina Luna and Marjorie Taylor Greene said that the executive is a Burisma owner, and they listed this woman's name, Mykola Zilcheski. They mentioned her name. But, here's the but. According to Rudy Giuliani, the executive is actually the wife of a Burisma co-founder, Mykola Leeson. And Giuliani told Newsmax over the weekend that Leeson died under suspicious circumstances. You can boo me. You can boo me all you want. You can boo me all you want, but I'm only here because I need to tell you the truth. Rudy Giuliani is lying to you folks. Him and Donald Trump are running some sort of WWE tag team lying to you match. Rudy gets out, Trump gets in. Rudy gets out, Trump gets in. And there's no dirt on President Biden. The best we got so far is Hunter Biden and his court case in Arkansas with his baby mama. That's it. Trump is a criminal. Yes, I agree. The FBI, quote, followed up on none of the evidence I gave them. This is what Giuliani said. I gave them one witness that any investigator would jump through the hoops to go to. Gave them a witness who is a woman who is the chief accountant at this crooked company, Burisma. She was the wife of the former owner who died under suspicious circumstances, and she was willing to give up all the offshore accounts, including the Bidens. Ladies and gentlemen, this piece ends by saying this, and I'm going to have to agree with it. The GOP's investigation into Biden is rapidly going off the rails. That makes me laugh because they actually told me I was off the rails. Does anyone think I'm off the rails? I'm not off the rails. Multiple Republicans, thank you, April. Multiple Republicans have admitted they don't know if the recording exists. While White House Oversight Chair James Comer, who is leading the probe, said he doesn't know if the audio is legit. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why I call Jim Jordan and James Comer Pinky and the Brain. Because every single day they wake up and they think they are going to find some sort of dirt on the Bidens.
Jim, babe, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain.
Right.
Yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane.
We're gonna get that dirt on Biden.
Right. The gene has his spice.
Right.
The Pinky and the Brain. Brain.
Where's that dirt?
Before each night is done,
Right.
the plan will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. He'll take over the world.
Right.
The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. The twilight campaign is easy to explain.
Order.
Remove their mousy work.
Right.
And overthrow the earth. The Pinky and the Brain.
They're gonna get that dirt on President Biden one day. Just one. That's why I call them Pinky and the Brain. Because they're gonna get that dirt, okay, if it means whatever they gotta do to get it. They gotta jump through whatever hoops they gotta go through. They will sell their mothers and fathers to find this dirt on Joe Biden. Don't you worry about them, right? They don't even know if the recording exists. And yet you put your faith into these guys. Comer, ladies and gentlemen, can't keep track of his informants, as they say. They say he can't even keep track of his informants, while his colleagues are begging more informants to come forward. But given how many informants they supposedly have, it sounds like they should have a lot of them to spare, right? Where are the informants? Where is Hunter Biden's laptop? Come on! Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to make sure I took time this morning to call attention to Rudy Giuliani and all of his lies, and make sure we are all on the same page about them. It's because of him and his efforts, I would say, you got thousands of people convicted in Washington, D.C. He lied about the election being stolen. He has no problem lying to you. He has no shame in his game. Okay. He lied to his employee that he told her, you can come work for me. I'll pay you $1 million. And all he did was take advantage of her in a wrong, disgusting way. And he's now being called out for it. And he's lying to you about the corruption with President Biden. And my ask, Trump supporters, my ask is that you cut it out. Ha! Who took that poll, Tokyo? More handsome than Zeus. Cut it out! All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I must depart because, listen, this was an emergency broadcast. And I only did it because this was really getting a lot of attention. All right. You all have a great rest of your day. And Zeus will see you all later. Have fun, stay safe, and stay away from lies and misinformation. We're out of here. Thank all of you for coming. Don't worry, I'll put it on YouTube.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Thank you all, I really do appreciate it.
Like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm flyer than an eagle and got bread on me too. Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new. If you living like a bum, get away from me.
No dirt on President Biden.
Leave it up to you. I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Next
No dirt.
I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your goose. I know the ladies
one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
On the God, he's such a douche. Tried to be patient, but you had to let my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies
don't
love me,
listen
yeah,
to
I'm the
Rudy
one that they
Giuliani.
choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus.
Vote
This is how I move when I'm
if
walking
you
like
know what's
Zeus.
true.
This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
No lies will be tolerated.
Light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god. Call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades.
I'll be back Monday.
You say you want it
Maybe
fast.
tomorrow. You never know.
I've been waiting for this moment. Now I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play.
I didn't make the rules.
If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a fool. Time to let loose with the truth.
Don't listen to Rudy Giuliani.
Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose.
Don't listen
I know
to
the
Trump.
ladies love me cause I'm sweet
Listen
like
to
a truth. Player hating on the gods, please such a douche. Try to be patient, but you act like a fuse. Catching all these snakes
Exactly,
like a
Evan.
goose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Yes.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus.
Yeah, you know about me.
You know about me.
I like to get wild and loose.
Key.
I'm the god of the sky, you know what I'm saying? I'm breaking down the
That's
road
right.
to eat.
That's right.
Now I'm on the
Checkmate.
beat, kicking hard like Bruce. Lauren Reed on the beat,
Checkmate.
better call the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
Checkmate.
I can dance and
He's
box
deranged.
and like a kangaroo. Don't get caught flipping.
He's
Don't put me
deranged.
shit like a
Lindsay on the beat like Zeus.
Hey.
The love on the beat like Zeus.
Deranged
RNC on the beat.
And he's a big trumpeter. Openly, he's a trumpeter. And his wife is even more of a trumpeter.
Bertha. Yeah, ladies.
And he's a big trumpeter. Openly, he's a trumpeter. He's deranged. Is even more of a trumpeter. Because Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Did the FBI do that? Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Cut it.